Super Saturday.
We're live. Super Saturday.
Hey.
Super Saturday live. Again, just like Fridays, you usually don't get this kind of stuff live. But like we said yesterday, we took a little snooze on Tuesday. We didn't get to the old record. So we're coming at you live.
Super Saturday Night Live.
Super Saturday Night Live. And just a little fun fact. I don't know if you know this, Shep, but every Saturday night, you and I compete with Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith's on.
He has a fucking live stream that goes live at 8 p.m. on Saturdays, the same exact time as us. And it's him and Mark Bernardo, and it's Fat Man Beyond is the name of the podcast. And they literally talk about most of the same shit we're talking about. Same time. It's like, well, how do we compete with that? How do we compete with Kevin Smith?
So we got to be like WCW Monday Nitro back in the Monday Night Wars, is what you're basically saying. Obviously the Monday Night Raw.
Oh yeah.
Know? And we're the WCW coming in trying to be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. We're trying.
I'm with it.
We're trying.
We're trying, man. We're gonna get into the WandaVision today.
Yeah. Because it's Super Saturday, we're gonna put a pin into our little things investigation.
We'll get back to it.
We'll get back to it because we're gonna prove that Denzel Washington is the killer of that movie. And I've said that to a few people recently, and they're like, "Well, don't tell me." I'm like, honest to God, it's not a spoiler. It's just, it's something to consider when you watch the movie. When you watch the little things, just consider that Denzel Washington may be a suspect.
I mean, he definitely is.
I mean, he definitely is. I am fucking convinced, and I'm going to need convinced otherwise.
He is. Here we go. I accidentally got the sound going.
I do it literally every time we go live. So yeah, we're gonna put those little things aside to talk about the Marvel things.
The Marvel things tonight.
The Marvel things.
I wonder if I can post live. Like,
what do you mean?
While we're live, I don't know. I'm just talking out loud. I'm being dumb.
And as soon as we finished our Friday night reviews last night, I rewatched episode 4 of WandaVision with Philip. Yeah. Phil hadn't seen it yet, so we both sat down and gave it a watch. I told him, man, I was like, "You're not ready. You're not ready for the opening of this show," and he wasn't. He was like, "You're absolutely right. I was not ready for this."
Yeah, no, it's crazy how they come in. Like we said last night, the post-snap world.
Mm-hmm.
They call it the blip.
Yeah.
When everybody came back, because it's an interesting theory that everybody has had after watching Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Was like, how did that work out? The world and everybody's been used to being at half population for 5 years.
Yeah,
and then all at once,
that'd be so weird.
Yeah, all at once, the rest of the population comes right back. Like, huh?
That's a situation that's just insane to imagine. Really, it's very creative.
I would like them. I mean, I feel like they should have done like an offshoot show that was more like comedy driven. That's like a team, like a firm that's dealing with people coming back from being.
I'm sure it'll be somewhere down the line, some sort of.
I think they need to
business
get that going.
that if not, Chase and Shep are your boys.
Yeah, man. Because wouldn't that be funny if it's like?
It would be pretty funny.
Well, you could do funny stuff like, oh, this dude got remarried, and then his wife comes back 5 years later, and now he's got 2 wives. He's like, I don't know what to do.
There's that fucking joke in Spider-Man: Far From Home, with the teacher, where he says something about his wife like pretended to be Blip or something like that, and left him, or something like that.
Yeah, there's all those kinds of situations, Who chose that moment to like be like, I'm free?
Like a law firm for Blip people.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What if someone put a wall up where you're standing and you get reformed and you're coming back reforming and you just
See,
see
I
that
was
it's
thinking about that shit too. Like
reforming into a
people were
wall.
like, people keep talking about the plane thing, and I'm just like, I don't know. I could see you just appearing in the plane, like in the seat. But like, I thought about that too. Like, say somebody's sitting in that seat. You know what I mean? Like when you come back, are you just gonna form around that person? Like, is that these are the questions? These are the big things that keep me up at night. You
Well,
know?
see, okay, so somebody pointed out the fact that in Endgame, when the Hulk wishes everybody back, he wishes everybody back safely.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I think that's why, because people were like, when
Oh,
when
Marvel.
when Monica's running down the hallway, people are like, why wouldn't she like accidentally walk into somebody's dust reforming and they reform around her and it just explodes into like blood and guts everywhere.
Yeah,
Cause and they're like, well, Hulk wished them all to come back safely. So maybe that's why, that one guy reforms and then they just run into each other real quick. But
right.
it's like, what about people that were on flights where the pilots blipped out? They snapped out and the whole you didn't,
Right,
and
yeah, you died. You died in a
yeah,
plane
but the
crash is
plane
what
still
happened.
crashed. But then, like, say you're one of those people that come back, and like that's what you have to find out, that the
That
pilot
would be
snapped.
so crazy. Wouldn't that be crazy to find out that you survived a plane crash, but you've also been gone for 5 years?
Yeah,
But,
but
like,
like,
you
what
still
if?
got to come back. You're still a survivor of a plane crash.
Yeah, and like, what
That's
if
kinda
like your
crazy.
wife had died, and it's like
Dude,
literally
where's
you'd be like,
Marvel at? Like, if this isn't even, like, a comic series, I'd be like, I'd write that for days. That just sounds
I'm
like such an
telling you,
intriguing,
that
side
definitely
of
is, yeah.
Marvel.
No, it sounds fun. It's like, I know DC for a quick second tried to have that show on TV that was comedy driven. That was like the fallout of superheroes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
know what you're talking about.
it's kind of like that, man. It's kind of like, let's go deeper into this universe without
Mhm.
touching the comic lore too much.
Right, yeah. This kinda coexisting thing.
Anyway, though, we're getting a little off track.
I thought we were still
I mean, it's
it's
still
still
the same
relevant.
discussion here.
It's still
You know what I
relevant.
mean?
This is like, I was gonna say about the snap, like, when it happened, when they came back, everything about the snap, it was very emotional, like, in the movies, and honestly, I think it's still gonna be emotional. I think every time the snap gets brought up, it's just like it hits. There's just all these moments around the snap that you're just like, damn, like, Monica finding out that her mom died, you're just like, damn, dude, like that sucks. The one that
You wanna know what's crazier? That somebody pointed out that that moment that she finds out that her mom died,
uh-huh.
um, is they did the time on Endgame at the same time, and that's the moment that, Thanos blows up Avengers HQ.
Oh, I hear you. Like when she's reappearing in the hospital,
Yeah, because they
like
time it from the Hulk snapping everybody back and then Thanos going there to attack, and they're like, "Man, by the time, when she's up and everybody's up here and back and there's chaos on Earth going, 'What the fuck?'"
there's
Uh,
this whole battle going on. Yeah,
there's this huge ass battle for Earth
right.
going
The
on.
biggest fucking battle for Earth.
And it's like, that's fun for us to know that, like, those are the
That is
same
just
thing.
that's so fun, dude. That's so awesome.
And it
Honestly,
seems like, and it's also cool because it's like, what they say, like, when she shows up to Sword for the first time, they're like, it's only been 3 weeks or something like that. So it shows that only 3 weeks has passed.
sorry.
Only 3 weeks has passed since this huge ass battle, and
Well,
Wanda.
that's actually something I just saw in a video I watched recently, talking about how WandaVision only takes place 3 weeks after Endgame,
Yeah.
but like Far From Home takes place like 8 months after Endgame.
Ah, okay, yeah, I see.
That's something to consider.
Hmm. Yeah, that's an interesting little note there, but,
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I was saying. It was about 3 weeks, so that shows that there's enough time that somebody could have fucked with her a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Um,
in 3 weeks' time.
And it's interesting. Like I said, we were saying bringing in these side characters. You got somebody from Thor, Ant-Man, and Captain Marvel all coming in the mix
Yeah.
now
I
and being big characters in this show.
I was just watching Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Jimmy Woo is fun in that movie, but I'm really glad they brought him back in this because I thought he had a lot to offer, and I feel like Jimmy Woo is a much better character in WandaVision.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's like somebody said. I hope he's like the new Agent Coulson within the movies, and it's
That'd
like
be
I'd
dope.
love that. I'd
I
love
like
it.
that, and I love that they brought Darcy back. I
Yeah.
love that Monica's this big part now, like all grown up. And I don't know if you saw it because Monica Rambeau eventually becomes Photon,
Well,
and
she's already dubbed that.
it was on the wall. It was her mom. You saw it said Maria Photon Rambeau. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm sure the name gets passed down. But also regarding Ant-Man, that's the thing about the snap that literally it makes me emotional every time in Endgame when fucking, and I guess that wasn't even to do with the snap necessarily. Like I guess it kind of was, but when Ant-Man comes home and his daughter is like 5 years older, especially like I said, I was just watching Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that's like the whole groundwork for Ant-Man movies is his relationship with his daughter. So when he shows up in Endgame, that's why I get fucking teary-eyed every time at that scene because I'm just like, damn, dude, missed 5 years of this girl's life.
All these little interesting tidbits in mind too, in consideration. You could argue that
I gotta get some water.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good, man. Go get some water. Get a little drinky poo. I got a little drinky poo. Tonight's drinky poo is vodka and lemonade and Sprite. It's very delicious. It's in this nice skull cup. A little shine with it. It's beautiful. I like drinking it, especially on a Saturday night. We're talking WandaVision. He didn't get the banner set up. It's Saturday Night Live. In case you didn't know, now you know.
I heard what you said about the banner.
Yeah. Boop. That's it. There we go. Hey. Oh, so what I was getting at was they kind of set the seeds for Fantastic Four there at the Sword Agency when they were talking space missions.
Oh, tell me more.
I mean, how's that not an easy way to bring in those four being, or well, it would be five if you want to include Doctor Doom to get his powers, being sword agents that go on a space mission, and that's where they get into the cloud. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, oh, I mean, like, not even to like put them in there, but just he put the idea out there that Sword is doing space missions. You know what I mean? So it's starting. We're getting there.
It's exciting. It's all these little seeds are being planted. And you know what? You know what really had me fucked up is that the fourth episode literally ended the same way as the third episode. So it's like you still have a whole week before you get to move forward. So, both times you end on the same exact note and you're like, bro, like you have more answers, but you don't. It felt like a short episode. And I keep watching this, I'm trying to imagine what it would look like as one big movie. Because I would love it if Disney Plus followed suit with the old Snyder cut. And at the end of a Disney Plus series, they gave people the option to watch it as one big, like, lump, like one big movie. I'd do it. It's like what, 4.5 hours? It's a Snyder cut, bro. I mean,
yeah,
shit.
it would pretty much be that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Some episodes have been more love. Some's been a little over 30. Some's been a little under 30.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I would definitely. I mean, it'd be a fun one to watch. I like, the pacing now. We're caught up on both the outside world and the inside world. We know kind of what's going on. It seems like they're kind of giving you these questions and then answering them. just a little bit. So I'm excited to see what new stuff's about to pop up and what kind of questions we're about to have from the new stuff that's about to pop up. I know a bunch of stuff leaked online last night. If you happen to be up, you could have caught the visuals. If not, you probably had to read them, like your boy.
I wish I could have seen it, honestly. Like, now knowing what was in it, like, I do wish I could have. So was that for episode 5 is what it was saying?
Basically, what they were saying was that got leaked out last night was episode 7's, like how every episode starts previously on WandaVision.
Yeah,
So it was like episode 7's recap previously on
okay,
WandaVision. So it was episodes 5 and 6. So that's what's leading people to believe that maybe Marvel, now that news is out, is going to put 2 episodes out. Because they also were saying how it would clear the way that there's a Disney Plus movie or something coming out at the end of when WandaVision's last episode would be dropping or something, or some Disney thing. And there was like, it would clear the way out for that to give, the show to end a week earlier. So that would have its own spotlight. So you never know. You never know what they might do. That's the first time that Marvel's ever came out and said they were going to take legal action against somebody, I think.
That's crazy. I still haven't even looked into it.
Apparently, like from what I had seen, it was somebody that had worked for them, whereas the other times had been like, a really, really rich person overseas paid them enough money that they bought the trailer or something early enough, and they decided. I think they said that's what happened with Infinity War.
Yeah.
Was that some dude overseas, a rich dude, bought it and then leaked the whole trailer online?
Damn.
I mean, if you got enough money, go ahead and stunt, bro.
I guess that's one thing you can do with your money, I suppose.
It's just all for my benefits because I'm always there. Like, okay,
I know you. I really didn't want to look at it, but at the same time, I was like, I want to know. Like, look.
So, did you? Okay, so since you rewatched the episode last night, did you pay attention during the scene where you could kind of see everybody on the wall?
Yes, I did.
Notice how Dottie was not present.
She was not present on the wall.
Okay, so
correct about that.
I told you,
to your credit as well, there was some other thing I saw, some other promo, and like when it stopped on Dottie, it said something about some characters not being who they appear. Like right when it stopped on an image of her, I'm like, damn it! Like this is just enforcing Shep's theory here. She's gonna be a baddie.
I've been saying it, dude, and I commented somewhere, I think on Reddit, about we got to keep an eye on Dottie, and people was like, nah, fuck Dottie, and I was like, all right, okay.
I'm telling you, like, I personally think it's just like a red herring. I think she's just there to like look at this hand while this hand does all this crazy shit. Because honestly, something that kind of like really got me excited there at the beginning of episode 4 was just hearing Captain Marvel's voice, even though it was audio reused from Captain Marvel, where she's like calling her like Lieutenant Trouble or whatever. Hearing that, I was like, oh shit, is Captain Marvel about to show up? But it's like, maybe, it's like anything is possible. We haven't even seen that yet. Like we just saw the introduction of all these smaller characters that have appeared in the movies before, but like we got to remember, like literally, like Doctor Strange is going to show up. Like there's a lot of big players that are going to stop by.
I can't wait. I hope
there's 5 more fucking episodes. This is insane.
That's why it's like I hope nothing more gets leaked out, especially from those last 2 episodes, because like I feel like
I'll have to avoid the old spoilers.
Yeah, from what I've been hearing from people, like somebody at work today said that, well, they had heard that the finale used more CGI in it than Endgame did at the end.
Well, I've been saying that I heard in those interviews that like the last few episodes are like an Avengers level event. Like it's this big thing. So
and then, like I mentioned earlier, it needs to be, because so far we don't really have anything Doctor Strange, Spider-Man level of a threat. I feel like you got Wanda bending reality, but so far, as long as you didn't fuck with her, it doesn't look like she's going to do too terribly much.
And like at the end of episode 4 when Monica was like, "It's all Wanda," you know, and that's literally all the more we're given off of that last clip from episode 3. And it's like, well, yeah, tell us something we don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, but is it just Wanda? Like, you're saying it's Wanda. It's all Wanda. It's like, but is it just Wanda?
Well, like I said,
Or is there something more going on here?
there's still a lot of questions going down. I feel like there's
Mhm.
still the whole, is it just her? Is there somebody behind it? Is Vision really alive? Even as they question
Mhm.
that in their own universe in the show,
Yeah,
is this
yeah, yeah.
motherfucker alive or is he
Or is
not?
she
Because
just carrying around Vision's dead body?
yeah, and then obviously, with the already rumors circulating heavy of Quicksilver's reintroduction into everything,
Mhm.
it's starting to question a lot
Especially
of
with the Quicksilver in question too. Like,
yeah, and
it raises even bigger questions.
yeah, and it's are they gonna try to just put him in there and pretend like he's been the one in the universe the whole time? Is it gonna be an obvious wait a second, you're not him, and he's like, no, I am him, you
Yeah,
know?
right.
And then him freaked out because I'm pretty sure in his universe, his sister's
His
a
sister's younger.
really young child. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
um, should be interesting, man. It should be a really
I'm
interesting.
I'm so curious about it. Yeah.
I really am too.
I'm actually, because uh, I did try to start my Marvel marathon back over, and I watched Iron Man, and I started watching Incredible Hulk, but I just didn't give a shit. I couldn't pay attention to it, man. And so I gave up on that one. But I jumped into Ant-Man and the Wasp today. But now that I'm thinking about it, I might just slide over universes, go watch some X-Men.
I like the X-Men movies. They were
I do
always a pretty
too,
damn solid.
honestly. Like there are definitely some stinkers, but overall, it's a very solid franchise.
It has its moments for sure. And it's big, in retrospect, if you
Oh
think about
yeah,
it from a
there's quite a few of the
like
movies. Like there's like
12.
9 in the main storyline, like not including Wolverine and Deadpool movies. Uh,
True.
there's X-Men, X2, X-Men: The Last Stand, and then First Class, Days of Future Past,
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. Uh,
Dark Phoenix.
was that after? Was that after? Uh,
Apocalypse, yeah.
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 Okay. So
New Mutants.
Dark Phoenix and then New Mutants.
So 8.
Yeah. So 8, and then
You would have what?
yeah,
Origins Wolverine,
Origins Wolverine, The Wolverine,
Logan.
Logan, and then the 2 Deadpools. So like 13 movies at minimum.
I think that's it. I don't believe they made any other movies outside of that
Yeah.
that I can think of.
They're pretty solid though.
The one where Kevin Bacon was wearing the Magneto helmet was kind of weird, though.
I like that
Um,
one a lot. First Class. I like
mhm.
First Class and Days of Future Past were like the shit. And then I was like, what happened? where the fumble here is ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. Apocalypse was not. I was so hyped for it, but
Yeah, it was very generic, bro. It was
yeah,
like it was okay. It was fine. But compared to the last 2 movies, it was like a generic fill in the blanks like superhero movie, you know? It's just like how fucking predictable. It's just kind of lame, bro.
yeah. I
Just kind
wasn't.
of lame.
I wasn't that big of a fan of it.
And it's like they fucked up Dark Phoenix 2 times, you know?
Twice.
Which I think that's how it goes. Like, just like Sony, fucked up Spider-Man 2 times until they gave it up to Marvel. X-Men fucked up the Dark Phoenix things 2 times, and they're like, you know what? Here you go. We don't know how to use this stuff. I think
I
it's
mean,
better off
I guess you could
you
say
guys.
that they fucked up Fantastic Four 2 times, and they said, "Okay,
That's right. That's right.
here,
They said,
here
all
you
right, here
go."
you go. Here you
Sorry,
go.
sorry about that, buds.
Now, God damn it, we tried. We can say we tried.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I am excited to see where WandaVision goes. I guess other than that, the only thing we had gotten this week is the hard firms on Snyder Cut when it's
Mhm.
dropping.
March
March
18th,
March 18th, man. March is stacking up to be a
which I
pretty
was
nice month.
incorrect. It's a Thursday. So if you are up on Thursday, you can watch Snyder Cut like Thursday night, and then wake up Friday morning, catch Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know,
That
or
is a
time it
very
just
good point.
right. Watch it like start the Snyder Cut about 10, 11 o'clock, and if it ends around 2 a.m.,
You're
Falcon
good.
Winter Soldier's out. Just fucking
You're good.
ride right into it. That's a nice little Thursday Friday combo right there.
That is a nice little combo to be out and get in the mix
It's
of at the
just too
same
bad they
time.
fucking pushed Morbius, because then you could have gone to the theater and seen Morbius afterwards.
Yeah, Morbius.
Yeah.
I hope that's a good movie, man. That was one of the ones that they think is going to be a bomb this year.
I know it keeps fucking getting pushed back, and it's just like, bro, like, honestly, what happens in this movie that's so goddamn important? Although I did hear that they're getting to a point where they might just put Black Widow on Disney Plus. I was looking into that a little bit, and I was like, do it, please.
They should. They should.
They should, if they absolutely have to. But if they can do the thing where they can put it in theaters at the same time, that'd be great. Just because our theater is open, and if our theater does happen to be open when Black Widow comes out, of course we're gonna fucking go see it. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be kind of hard not to.
Yeah. It would. It looks like a good movie. We should have already seen it dozens of times by now and have owned it by now.
Bro, I
But
know. I rewatched the trailer the other night after some WandaVision, and I was just like, dude, I'm still hyped for this movie. I had my little Black Widow sweater come in, and it's fucking dope. Has me even more hyped for it.
yeah,
And I feel like because Falcon and Winter Soldier's coming first, like, because I hear we're gonna get the other like Black Widow in her name's Florence, like Florence Pugh or whatever, and she's gonna be in Falcon and Winter Soldier. So now this is before Black Widow, so it's like, well, what the fuck, man? Okay, that's all right. That's all right. We'll build the timeline. Us nerds always do.
I heard that they're gonna go the route the comic books did and tackle like racial injustices and shit like that in that
Word.
series.
In Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Cap chose Falcon to be the
Mhm.
successor, but the government's going to be like, yeah, but we
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
really don't want an African American to be the next Captain America, which I think is dope.
It's deep. Yeah, I think it's
I
dope.
think, I think it's a good little switch up for him, but I think it stays
Like,
true to Captain America's whole vibe.
well, I know the hot rumor on the street now, because I know we talked about it a little bit about Chris Evans coming back to be Captain America, but the big rumor is that he's coming back as a Hydra Cap.
Oh no, I've heard that. I
Yeah.
heard that. I mean, okay, so I heard it was from a not reliable source though,
See,
but
I didn't look
they
too far into it myself.
I did, and because he announced, oh, Chris Evans coming back for 3 movies, and he said that the first one being Doctor Strange 2 as Hydra Captain America, which I could see, and the other 2 movies being World War II period movies with Wolverine, and then that's where I was like, now
It's like,
that just
fuck
sounds
you.
too good to be
You're
true.
yanking my chain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had me in the first half.
Well, honestly, after what Marvel did on their third go round with Spidey, and they got Fantastic Four on deck and X-Men, I'm excited. I'm excited to see their third takes.
I am too, man. I think they'll knock it out of the park as always.
I think so, dude. I
I'm
think
just hoping.
WandaVision is only the beginning.
I just really hope that we get the core X-Men set up before we bring Wolverine in. You can throw Wolverine in other movies if you want. You know what I mean? He can be around. But
Mhm.
like I just really hope that first X-Men movie is more so you know, that core member, Iceman, you know, Jean Grey, Cyclops.
Well, I think that's what
Beast.
Marvel does really well. They do a pretty good job at pulling from like those earlier comics, you
Yeah,
know,
and I
and
think
staying
Angel.
loyal to these like certain like aspects of the early, like, because I thought that about Spider-Man: Homecoming. Like one of the first, if not the first issue of the Amazing Spider-Man, uh, he like Jameson's son is a pilot for NASA or some shit, and it's a rocket or whatever, and it's going off, and some shit happens to it, and Spider-Man has to literally like he's on the rocket and has to like guide this rocket, and I felt like they kind of emulated that in Spider-Man: Homecoming with the airplane at the end and stuff from Stark Towers. I was like, that's the exact same shit from the comics. They just kind of they switched it up a little bit. So I feel like they're pretty loyal, and with the Vulture, because the Vulture was also like one of his like first villains, if not the first villain in the comics. So they do a pretty good job at shit like that. I feel like plucking from those like earlier days. So I guess we'll see, dude. I guess we'll see. I'm hyped all around.
I'm hype all around too for him, man. I want to see Gambit. Finally, see Gambit, like a good Gambit.
I would love to see them bring Legion into the fold somehow, like the Legion they already have. Like I'd love for them to somehow blend that, even if they put like, even to see those characters with somebody like Deadpool, it would be fucking incredible because Legion is such a unique show. It's like something. It's like Legion and Deadpool came out around the same time, and I'm like, it was like Deadpool, Legion, and Logan, and it's like, see, this is everything X-Men could be, you know, right here, like in one swoop, and you know,
Well, see, that's the movie that's got Logan's the movie that's got all them guys. I heard a rumor that they were trying to get Patrick Stewart to reprise as Professor X in the next Doctor Strange movie, and he turned it down, saying that you know, Logan was the perfect send off for that character.
yeah, word.
So I have a feeling that Hugh Jackman would probably do the same if asked, saying the
I don't
same.
know. I feel like Hugh Jackman could be talked back into it by Ryan Reynolds. I think Ryan Reynolds could talk him into it. In all honesty,
He's too old, man.
I don't know. One more time. One more time. Hey, they brought us Toby and Andrew back. So
Yeah, but I mean,
never.
they didn't die in their universes, so
Yeah, well,
you know, we can go ahead and say that. I don't know. I'm hyped for them. I'm hyped for them to be in there and see what the fuck's up with that movie.
I'm as well. I'm just hyped for all of this multiverse stuff, and from what I understand, it's about to pop off in the next week or two, either next Friday or the Friday after. So I'm here
Or
for it,
both. You never
or
know.
both, or the next 5 Fridays, and then the next fucking 5 or 8 or whatever the fuck after that with Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Well, I mean, after this, it'll be for the next couple years.
True.
All
Days,
over, because
days on end.
even DC is doing the same with the Flash movie. But you know, we wanted to get to DC, but maybe we'll get to you next week.
You know, for people with the Scarlet Speedster, they're quite slow. They're always playing catch up with Marvel. They're always like a few steps behind. Damn shame.
I don't know. They announced that they was doing all this multiverse shit first, so
I
maybe they
guess.
got ahead of Marvel there. Maybe they had the
I guess
info.
they've always been just like neck and neck like that. Like remember, like the Captain Marvel Wonder Woman thing. DC was like, "Oh, we got Wonder Woman out first." It's like, yeah, but we
Oh
still got
well.
Captain Marvel.
If they want to do this and do all these fan service fucking multiverse movies, fuck it. I'm here for it.
Fuck it, we'll still consume. We'll
Yeah.
still watch that shit.
I'll see Michael Keaton be Batman and Vulture. Fuck you.
Fuck it, right? I'll be at the theater. I'll hop 2 theaters down. It's all good by me. All good by me.
That will be cool because that will probably be happening around the same time. I would assume they're going to do a Sinister Six movie. And that would probably be happening around the same time The Flash. So
true. Well, I think that's our time for Super Saturday.
It's been a super time.
It has been a super time. Chill as usual. I think we got enough off of our chest about WandaVision
Got enough
this week. There. We'll tackle it again next week.
Yeah, holler at us next week. Maybe we'll be live. Maybe we won't. Who knows?
You never know. Maybe you just never know. Later.
Smooches.